Use red glasses.
You don't see that on my life there.
I didn't know you want to do it. Will you ask me what happened?
You know, years ago, I'm sitting here getting my nails done, and I wanted to tell St. Lucian this. I just wanted to do this short clip. Years ago, when I first came back to St. Lucia, actually, when I first came back to St. Lucia, when the Lord gave me a prophetic word, and the Lord was saying to me that St. Lucia will be a communist country. Now, when I said what I said earlier, the Lord is just bringing back the article from the Voice newspaper. Let me see if I can find it. At that time, when I went to St. Lucia, a young lady by the name of Maria Fontenelle, now Maria Fontenelle, interviewed me in St. Lucia. And I think the Helen television, when I first went back as a prophet to the nations, and the Helen television at that time, I'm not sure whether they still have that there. When I speak about St. Lucia will be a communist, the Lord, you are doing my nails, right? And the Lord just said to me, this is the hour for the communists to come in. Listen, I am glad that Alan Chasney resigned. I'm happy he resigned. Y'all can see right now under that communist regime, y'all will not have a voice in St. Lucia, y'all stupid people. Under this regime, I am sitting here getting my nails done, ready to come on live. And years ago, I came back to St. Lucia as a young prophet, where I prophesied the death of John Compton, and I spoke about, what did I say there again? My train of thoughts. I spoke about St. Lucia becoming a communist. Now, Alan Chasney resigned, and I think that was the best thing for him to do. Don't stay inside there with those criminals. Don't be head of the party. Now, they would think that I am political, right? I'm not political. I'm speaking as the servant of God. Now he resigns. All of y'all gonna eat the poop in the streets. Stupid, uneducated, unlearned people. I come out to tell you that the election was stolen, because I know when the Lord spoke to me about St. Vincent and St. Lucia being liberated, and y'all St. Lucians talking that y'all don't want America to interfere, but y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't got nothing, St. Lucia. When the tsunami come, y'all ain't got no natural resources. The only thing y'all got is banana. And the water will carry all the banana. Y'all ain't got nothing. Y'all ain't got gold. Y'all ain't got silver. Y'all ain't got diamond. Y'all are y'all are naturally poor. Y'all are naturally poor people. And you are talking and saying that you don't want America. But I want to let you know, America boots gonna be down there. Tiffin, Obia, PJP. Y'all stole the election, and y'all want the man to come up and represent y'all. Well, that was the best thing for him to do. Come out of the way, because God, y'all don't know when good things come. I don't even know where that man from. I think they said that he's from Masha. He's some economist. I don't know whether he's an economist or I don't know what he is. All I know is that when he first won that election, he ran it by witchcraft. And y'all penny papers talking about, oh, y'all don't want America to interfere in your business. Y'all a bunch of, look, there is a few people that is good. I know about y'all, but y'all are so illiterate. America will come in there. America will come in there. A few days after, more than 6,000 people came on my life to curse me. America is investigating there. Because what they do not understand, listen, more than 6,000 St. Lucian came to curse me. As a woman of God, they have profanity on my thing. I don't mean just curse word. I mean nasty profanity on my page. And y'all think that God was not going to defend me. Well, if y'all see hard time, y'all ain't seen none yet. With that piece of crap y'all have as a prime minister. Kindergarten prime minister. Black. Not that I'm against black people. You're a black person, you're doing my nails, right? But you can see his blackness is all demon. Y'all don't think that the Lord was going to defend me? Y'all didn't know that he was going to defend me? I knew that this election was stolen from what the Lord shared with me. An election finished at 8 o'clock. You count by 5:30. They had already knew that the SLP had won. Where does that happen? Where does that happen in the history of the world? Not only that, 2 days before the election, he walking about going to the grocery like he's the boss. Like he's the boss. How do you dissolve a cabinet? You ever seen that in Barbados? You dissolve a cabinet and you still be behaving like you are the boss. You cannot dissolve a cabinet unless your government is a ghetto government. I come in and I will reveal everything that I know. I come in and I revealing everything. Boots, the American boots can be there. The American boots can be on the ground. And the American boots can overthrow that wicked government you'll have there. He did not win that government. Now, what they do not understand is that how on earth that tiffin one that was from St. Vincent, Ralph Gonzalez. So the St. Vincent election was only Ralph Gonzalez in parliament, right? So they decide, because Ralph Gonzalez does not like Alan Chasney. Ralph Gonzalez has a problem with Alan Chasney. So what does Ralph Gonzalez do? They plot with cyber crime for him to win the election to have the same amount as St. Vincent. I got to come out and tell you, I'm not only a prophet, but I know what's going on. And I have been the only minister of the gospel speaking. I know what's going on in that nasty place of St. Lucia. You don't want the Americans to investigate you? The Americans will investigate you. With all of y'all that sell children from the politicians that has young girls being sold in St. Lucia. Don't let me talk. And the policemen that are involved in child trafficking in St. Lucia, because they needed this party to be in to continue the child trafficking. By the way, I'll come out and tell y'all. Y'all don't know that the Americans... So y'all come and curse me. If I was not right about what I was saying, why is America investigating St. Lucia? And y'all talking about, oh, we don't want America in our business. Y'all ain't got no business. St. Lucia is a poor nation. Y'all don't have no natural resources. Y'all ain't got nothing. Very soon y'all gonna eat, because PJP is going to rise up as a dictator. Years ago, and if anybody is there, they can tell you. Years ago, I came to St. Lucia as a young prophet, where I prophesied that John Compton was going to win the election, and then the Lord was going to remove him. John Compton win the election, and the Lord remove him. Now, a lot of people are talking about John Compton, but I know a lot about him too. He was a pedophile. Yes, he was good for the nation, but he had a side of him where all the young girls in St. Lucia was getting babies for him. Pedophile. So, you did not want the good thing. Now, I can't say that John Compton was not a good prime minister, but he had a side with him where he had liked the little young girls. Ah? Y'all didn't know that the Lord was going to defend me? Y'all did not know that Jesus was going to defend me? And nobody spoke because everybody think that kindergarten prime minister, he's a kindergarten, can't talk. I come in to talk in a few minutes. I come in to talk and let you know what I know. The boots will be on the grounds. The American boots will be on that ground. Just when I told y'all that the war, World War III is going to begin in the Caribbean. Oh, World War III is going to begin in the Caribbean within minutes. There were China, Russia, in the Caribbean Sea. Now, America has been investigating some Caribbean islands for the longest time, which PJP sell all the passport in St. Lucia, all the passports y'all sell, where pedophile is coming to the country and taking advantage of little girls and little boys. That's why. That is the reason why they wanted PJP to come back in. Because y'all know the nastiness y'all are doing down there. I ask God to drown y'all. Only left those that are faithful. Drown all of y'all. Let your children be pulled from the gutter. Y'all need to wake up. They coming on my live. Oh, you are false prophet. You are this. But y'all can see. Stupid, uneducated fools. What these people do not know is that there are things that are created, cybercrime, where they can hack into any computer around the world. That is the reason why the man from WikiLeaks, you don't know WikiLeaks? Julian Assad, you know Julian Assad? Julian Assad was the head of WikiLeaks. And that's the reason why the Americans wanted to arrest him. Because he was able to tap into computers and to be able to find out things. And the Americans had a problem with him for that. And that's the reason why. Eventually, they had him locked up somewhere in England. And eventually, he stayed there for a long time. Now, a lot of people in St. Lucia does not know that I'm not only a pastor. Do you know that? Do you know I'm an activist? Yeah. I am an international activist with Amnesty International. I'm not only a pastor, I'm an international activist with Amnesty International. If you go there, you'll see my name. I hate to see injustice. I hate to see injustice. And that's an injustice. You know, when PJP win the last time he won, he did not win right. I don't like to see injustice. And that's an injustice. So a lot of people think I'm just a pastor. I am an activist. Well, boots will be on the ground. Boots will be on the ground. And PJP will be overthrown. He will be overthrown. And the Americans is going to put the government of their choice there. Stupid. All right, so listen to me. Y'all didn't know that the Lord was going to defend me. Y'all didn't know that. So when he won the first time, he did not win right either. But this time around, they were watching PJP from the day that he won until this election. And why did the Americans want to come in now? The Americans want to come in because the first election he won, he won by cheating. Alan Chasney won that election and this election. Alan Chasney won both elections. I knew he was going to resign because I will not want to be there with those demands. Now listen to what somebody says. In St. Lucia, if you speak against the current government, you are victimized because y'all are under a communist rule. They are under a communist rule. So while they are jumping, they don't know that they are under communist rule. Years ago, the Lord told me that St. Lucia was going to be a communist. And I was interviewed by the Helen television and the Voice newspaper. And I can tell you who I was interviewed by. A young woman by the name of Maria Fontanet. I don't know if she's still I see her on LinkedIn. I don't know if she's still a young woman. She looked like a young man to me. She was such a beautiful young woman when I was first interviewed by her. But when I look at her on LinkedIn, she looks like she's a man. So I don't know. But let me say this to you. You better pray. Y'all didn't know that the Lord was going to defend me? I knew he was going to defend me. I was the only pastor around the world who spoke and say what happened in St. Lucia was not right. I knew Mr. Alan Chasney was going to resign, and he did the right things. Let the American come in. Let the American government come in to deal with the St. Lucians. Man. And I'm done. I coming back in a few minutes by the grace of God. Y'all are too nasty, man. Y'all can see. A couple of days before the election, I had a dream. And in the dream, I saw people with, like policemen with black clothes. So I called somebody from St. Lucia to ask them if there is a police division in St. Lucia that wear black clothes. They were just shooting people on the streets. I saw these policemen in St. Lucia, and I think I documented, with black clothes. They wear black hat, black clothes. So I asked somebody in St. Lucia if there are St. Lucian police that wear. So the person told me that there is a special division in St. Lucia, the police, where they wear black clothes. And they were just shooting people on the ground, shooting people on their head. Y'all gotta see. Y'all will be sorry that y'all came on my live and cursed me. Wicked people. Wicked, unlearned people. They can shoot y'all in your head. I saw that in the dream. I'm gone.